Hey everybody, it is Pastor Bo Wagner and the Wagners here with another episode of Cheese Tasting with the Wagners. And as you can see, all 5 Wagners are involved in this one. This cheese is one that should be suitable to everybody, so we even got Miss Dana in on that. We've obviously got Miss Karis, our Vice President of Cheese Tasting Operations, and we've got Caleb, our SBG, our Stoic Bearded guy, and we have Alethea, our CFM, our Chief Face Maker, and we have Dana, the Queen of the Castle, and then there's just me. So we have another episode of cheese tasting. Now, before I tell you about cheese tasting, I'm sorry, what now?
Did you forget that you were the president or something?
The president, yes, I'm the president of Cheese Tasting Operations, yes. But I'm here alive to eat the cheese, which is incredible because I could have died yesterday. Matter of fact, a lesser mortal man probably would have died yesterday. I went skydiving for the first time yesterday, jumped out of an airplane, something I swore I would never do, and I actually jumped out of an airplane. And when I hit the earth said ow, and we went on our way. Now, the parachute opened, but it was the first time I'd ever been skydiving, and it was actually pretty cool. I'm probably going to go again. I actually liked it, surprisingly so.
It's terrifying, but fun.
Terrifying, yeah, because Karis went too. And your first time, right? Mm-hmm. So it's Karis' first time as well. So we went skydiving. It was cool. And then we had great.
Just gotta get Caleb to do it.
Not a chance.
We're gonna work on that.
Caleb says not a chance. Alethea says she hated it. She's never going again. She went last time. Anyway, so we went skydiving. I went skydiving yesterday the first time, and I got to tell you, the rush of the free fall is pretty cool. I mean, it just honestly is. So anyway, I see that face, Alethea. So anyway, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, as for our cheese, we do not pre-program or pre-plan anything we're going to say. But tonight, I must confess, there's one thing that I thought of ahead of time, and that is how to introduce something about this cheese. This cheese was picked up at Biltmore by Karis. This is smoked Gouda, Hunter Reserve. It's picked up at Biltmore. Karis and Josh Enlow, who is now her official boyfriend, got the cheese for us. Karis picked it out and Josh bought it. Now, if you remember in Hollywood the last few years, they had a thing about combining names. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were Brangelina. And then there was Ben Affleck and Jennifer, what's-her-face, and they were Benifer. Okay, this cheese was bought by Josh Enlow. I'm a daughter of Sweet, so Sweet and Low. There we go. Sweet and Low. Their official nickname is Sweet and Low. That's how that works. So, don't you like that?
Yeah.
So they have. So
I
this.
wasn't sure what was going to come out of your mouth, and I got to say, it was worse than I thought.
I'm glad to not disappoint. On Father's Day, I'm glad to not disappoint my daughter by being less horrible than what she thought. It's just what a dad does. So we're thanking Sweet and Low for this cheese. So this is smoked Gouda from Sweet and Low that we're going to try. So let us try the cheese here. Let us cut and divvy the cheese. Let's see here. Pretty good texture there.
I'll be the decision maker of that.
our texture expert back there, so she'll be the decider of whether or not the texture is good. I'm telling you, it cuts really nice. It's not too hard, but it's hard enough.
Can we not touch every piece?
Okay. Says the guy who eats stuff off the floor. What is your problem?
Well, he got me there.
All right. So anyway, we now have 5 cheeses.
I want this one.
Sorry, cheese. And one for the Queen of the Castle.
Ooh, sniff it.
All right, we shall in honor of Alethea sniff the cheese.
It smells good.
It does smell good. Ready? Cheese.
Cheese.
It gets a 10.
Okay.
I'm 10.
That's a pretty good smoked Gouda. Mm-hmm. Not the absolute best I've ever had, but not bad. That's a good smoked Gouda. I can actually taste the Gouda flavor. I can actually taste the smoke. The smoke. What else?
It's got a good smoke to it.
Danny says it's got a good smoke to it, and she smoked for a lot of years, so she knows.
Why don't you make yourself useful and cut me another piece of that?
Why don't I make myself, as if I have not made myself useful for all the years of your life, paying all your bills, suffering out in the sun to make sure that you have plenty of food to eat. I have made myself useful all your life. So anyway,
Thank you for the cheese.
You're welcome. Anyway, the smoked Gouda is apparently a hit. The smoked Gouda by Sweet and Low is a hit. So I'm giving this one an 8. What do you think, Caleb?
6.
A 6.
I hated the texture.
You hated the texture?
Really?
It wasn't real like chewy. It was kind of like I would like bite into it and it would like just like break.
Maybe a little bit, but Gouda's always a little bit on the
It's a little crumbly.
on a more
Yeah.
crumbly side. Gouda is sort of a crumbly cheese by nature. So
know.
this one actually held together better than most Goudas that I know
Taste
of.
wasn't bad. I just wasn't big on the texture
So
whatsoever.
8, 6, Dan, what do you think?
I give it a 10. I love smoked gouda.
You should she's a big smoked Gouda fan. And what do you think, Lathia?
9. The texture was great.
9, the texture expert. So you two should talk about texture. Because apparently you
I know better.
And we're not asking you because
I'm giving the cheese a 10, and I'm giving your naming skills a 2.
Oh,
my naming skills are the bomb. My naming skills are awesome. Nobody could have come up with anything that cool. So anyway, the smoked Gouda is a hit. They bought it at Biltmore, but it's technically not from Biltmore. It is crafted in Wisconsin, and Biltmore is not in Wisconsin. So Biltmore does not produce their own cheese, which is really a shame because if you like Biltmore, you ought to have like actually your own cheesery, etc.
They produce their own honey. They have an apiary.
They have an apiary, but they don't have a cheesy-ary. So anyway, the smoked Gouda that we got from Biltmore that is from Wisconsin is a good one.
I'm dropping your naming skills to a 1.5 for cheesy-ary.
She's dropping my naming skills. We'll probably have to. We're gonna have to leave. We're gonna have to cut the broadcast, but until she drops it to like something in a negative number. So anyway, try the smoked Gouda from Biltmore, not Biltmore. And what was the brand of it? It is Hunter. Hang on a second. It is Hunter's Reserve. Hunter's Reserve smoked Gouda is a pretty good smoked Gouda, and Caleb and Alethea will work out their texture issues. But anyway, this one's actually a good one to recommend. So if you get it, try it. You'll like it. Listen, God bless you. We'll see you next time.